So I follow and I am subscribed to the Car Care Nut, and he posted a video a couple of days ago that I saved, and I finally got a chance to go back and watch. And this video is my reaction and my point of view that doesn't necessarily agree with his point of view for a couple of reasons. So this is not a shot at the Car Care Nut. I think he is a very valuable source of information. His channel is fantastic. A lot of technical and mechanical background and knowledge, but where he lacks is where I gain, in the sense where he doesn't have the automotive sales background. So he's not into the day in, day out sales of what the trends are, what consumers are actually buying, and what they're not buying or what they're asking for. And his video is actually pointed and directed at the 27 Highlander EV. And there's a couple of different couple points that he makes that I'm going to talk about and give my point of view on that I don't necessarily agree with. Some stuff I do agree with, but we'll talk about the stuff I don't agree with. But as I said before, something that he lacks is the automotive sales background. And I've been in the automotive sales industry for 18 years with one company, Toyota. So I know a thing or two about how they operate, what they do, what the trends are, and why they do what they do. So let's get right into it. So the video is titled something along the lines of Toyota, this is what owners and customers want and are looking for. And again, go back later on and check out the video. It's a great video, but here's my point. Just imagine how knowledgeable Toyota is, that they started out in the 1990s producing the Toyota Prius, back when hybrid was not really known to anyone. And look how far ahead they look into the future. Now, I'm not saying that this is the point of EV. I'll get to that in a second. I'm not saying that that's what their intentions are with EVs. You all know that the chief of Toyota not too long ago, maybe a year or so ago, came out to the public and said EV is not the future, hybrid's the future, and all this other, solid state battery talk and improvement of HEV batteries. I did videos on that. You can check them out. I'll leave them linked in the description. But basically, they look way into the future, to the point where when the Prius came out, people were just scratching their head saying, what's this? And now, 15, 20, 25 years later, we have our most popular models converting to hybrid only. Now, what happened with the Highlander? Well, let's take a listen and hear what the Car Care Nut has to say about this topic, about EVs in general with Toyota. I'm taking off my shades here to get a little bit more personal with you guys. So here's what he has to say about Toyota and their EVs.
Here's what's going on, if you're just tuning in. Toyota initially said, well, we're not really interested in electric cars. And they're right. They were actually very right, because they don't see them as the future. They feel like it's a trend that's going to go away, and then, it becomes a novelty thing in the background, a niche, which it is. And they were right, because electric cars surged, and now everybody's backpedaling because they put all their bets on electric cars, and all manufacturers are struggling. All their electric programs are just not working because nobody's buying the car.
Here's the thing, at least where I'm from in Ontario, Canada, that is not entirely accurate. First of all, we only have a few EVs available. Toyota did not scale EVs to a massive infrastructure. We have the BZ, which is also the BZ Woodland Edition. There's two different versions. We have the new CHR, which got reintroduced as a full EV. And then we have the Toyota Highlander, which is going to be coming out. That's really all we have for EVs. So we have some plug-in hybrid options. We have a lot of hybrid options, but EVs, there's not much really to say that, we are converting to EVs. But to the point of we are not selling our EVs, or there's, people don't want the EVs. We are currently sold out of EVs. BZs, very few and far between. 2026, there's none around. If you go try to find one, Toyota has some rebates on them. The government has some rebates on them. You will have a very hard time trying to find a 2026 BZ available. 2027 just started rolling, but there's not much to say about that yet. We are still selling them. Toyota CHR, hard to find one. If you want a Toyota CHR, whether it's the XSE, XSE Premium, you will have to wait some amount of time. You're not going to get it right away. So sales are just fine, in my opinion. In terms of the Toyota Highlander, it's a bit early to see what the buzz is going to be like, but we do have orders and customers that come in that want and did place an order or a request for a 2027 Toyota Highlander full EV. So the statement of our EVs aren't really all that hot or moving too well is not entirely accurate, at least where I'm from. Here's one more point that the Car Care Nut makes about the future potential of the Toyota Highlander EV.
But at this pace, if they really make it all electric, I fear it's going to go away because it's not going to sell. It's going to become a niche. It's going to become a GR Super.
That is quite possibly true, but quite possibly also intentional. Toyota may be well aware and know that the Highlander EV is going to be niche and that it is going to be less popular of an item. But if they know this, which I do think that they do everything with intention and a lot of backed knowledge and research. Toyota's a massive company. I'll get to that in a second as well. I think that their predictions of how the Toyota Highlander EV will fall out in terms of sales or in terms of, demand will greatly influence how much Toyota Highlander EV they produce or how much they promote that. I think it's going to go hand in hand. They're not going to go in blindly and just start producing, Toyota Highlander EVs like they do RAV4 without knowing or understanding the market. So Toyota may be very aware that this is now going to be more of a niche product and a niche choice for, viewers, customers, and potential buyers of Toyota, but that's not necessarily to say that there's anything wrong with that. Another thing that the Car Care Nut mentions in this video has to do with the actual production timeline or the launch, physical launch, so when we actually get the Highlander EV, and he talks about the delay and what it means and why there's a delay. Listen to this.
Here's the ultimate backpedal. Where is the 27 Highlander? Usually manufacturers, you come out with a new model and it's the hype and the biggest thing, and it's going to hit dealers in August or September or no. That has been so backpedaled on that now you were lucky to see that 27 Highlander in 27, well into 27. You know why? Because people have spoken. The Highlander owners and buyers have spoken.
So here's what I want to say to that. I do not believe that this is the case. First of all, I'm not too sure what all the hype is about online about the Highlander EV being dramatically pushed back. To my knowledge and to our knowledge, we should start seeing Highlander EVs for us here in Ontario, Canada, sometime towards the end of 2026 and very early 2027. But that contradicts what Car Care Nut is saying. He's saying that it will be pushed beyond even 2027. I don't know anything about that, so that's news to me. Now, what I really don't agree with is the fact that Car Care Nut is mentioning that this delay is potentially due to the reaction of the public and the consumers, that Toyota just shut the tap off and said, you know what, we're going to delay till everyone's ready for this Highlander EV. I highly doubt and disagree that that's what's happening here. Toyota is a massive company globally, and all the big important decisions come mainly from Japan, and then they get trickled down to the rest of the world. And to say that they launched or released news of a Highlander EV back in May, I believe it was, of 2026, something like that, and then to say that they just all of a sudden flick the switch and shut everything off to delay it because the reaction was or wasn't what they thought it was going to be is very unlikely. I don't think they'd be able to move that fast. You got to understand that Toyota is thinking years and planning years in advance, not just for the current year. That's not really how it works. Like I said, look back to what happened with the Prius. 25 years ago, Toyota said, hey, here's a hybrid Prius, and look at us now. I mean, you can't even get a hybrid in a short period of time. You've got to wait. So I strongly believe that if there is a delay, that it's due to things like supply constraints, configurations of certain designs maybe, or something to do with overall logistics of goods, resources of what they need for, let's say, the hybrid or the EV battery. That is likely one of the reasons why there could be a delay, which again, I haven't heard of any delay, and not because the reaction wasn't what they thought. Toyota very likely knew exactly what the reaction was going to be, whether it was, mediocre, amazing, or negative. Toyota is a smart company. They knew that this is what the take was going to be on the Highlander EV, in my opinion, because they know the market. I mean, Toyota is the #1 selling automotive brand in the world for a reason, and they're selling all hybrids. So they know what's going on. It's not delayed because the reaction wasn't great. If there's a delay, it's for other reasons. That's my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments below. One more last thing that he mentions, which kind of gets me scratching my head a little bit, is that when customers come in and they want a Highlander size vehicle, that they're going to have to start looking elsewhere because they'll realize that the Highlander is now just a full EV. Take a listen to this remark. Okay, so here's what I think has happened and is happening with the regular Toyota Highlander, the non-Grand. So when Toyota released the Grand Highlander, which I think was late 2023 or early into 2024, it took off like crazy. And it's still taking off like crazy 2.5 or so years later. You can't find Grand Highlanders readily, immediately available, whether you're talking about the hybrid or not. And it seems like the regular Highlander was maybe a bit too close to the consumer and customer that wants a RAV4. And, I've seen it. I'm in the business. I've seen a lot of non-Grand Highlander customers go in and upsize a bit to the Grand Highlander, which is available in a non-hybrid, a hybrid, a 7-passenger, an 8-passenger. They're all all-wheel drive, at least for us here in Canada. And then you got the Platinum Max, which gives you like 400 horsepower. So we've seen plenty of customers go into the Grand Highlander. We've seen the market and that segment of the Toyota Highlander shrink a bit. So to his remarks where, customers are going to come in and they're going to have to start, branching out and looking elsewhere because that model and that design is now only an EV, potentially. But here's also some potential that Toyota will be coming out with another variety of a HEV hybrid or plug-in hybrid variation of some type of SUV that's, kind of fits into that class, into that market. Maybe a 5-passenger only Grand Highlander, maybe a enlarged or extended version of a Toyota RAV4. Like the future is endless, and like I said, Toyota is planning years and years ahead. So if they strongly do feel that they're going to lose out on business because now the Toyota Highlander is only available in an EV, I'm going to tell you that they most likely have something to counteract that potential, whether it's different models, an expansion of a current lineup, a introduction of a completely new model that would kind of take over any lost or demand of something that's not currently there. So to say that we are going to lose out, I don't necessarily think that's the case. I think this is meant to fill a small segment, which the EV SUV, in my opinion, is a small segment. There's not a lot of consumers, at least in our country, province, and area, that are looking for full EV SUVs, but there still is that market. And Toyota filled that market, or is going to fill that market, with the Highlander EV. I guess to wrap up in summary, as he mentions many times, the car care nut, about, you know, why did Toyota do this? Why would they do this? What's the reasoning? You know, the Highlander is now full EV. Listen, if Toyota came out today and said, hey, the new RAV4 is going to flip to full EV, I wouldn't understand that, and I wouldn't agree with that. If Toyota came out and said, hey, the Camry, it's going to be a full EV now, you can't get it in a hybrid anymore, Sienna, full EV, then, you know, I would be taken back a bit and scratching my head. But to say that the Highlander is full EV is completely understandable, in my opinion. You got to understand, whatever direction Toyota and automotive companies take on these vehicles and these trends comes from somewhere way more powerful than us in terms of dictating, you know, what is really wanted and what's not. Toyota may have been directed, or, you know, suggested, or put in a position that they need to make a certain amount of EVs, like any other automaker. They are, you know, they have, what's it called? They have like credits and stuff like that against their production of their vehicles, in terms of their carbon footprint, in terms of their emissions control, stuff like that. So there's so much going on behind the scenes that really dictate, in my opinion, what is needed to produce in terms of hybrid, in terms of non-hybrid, in terms of EV. And I think that's a function of what we just saw happen with the Highlander going to a full EV. They just needed that one or whatever SUV or 7-passenger that needed to have a full EV option, and they chose the Highlander. And I think that that's a fantastic choice, because doing that with the Sienna, RAV4, the Grand Highlander, in my opinion, is really not a good idea and not possible. So again, everyone, this is not a shot at the car care nut by any means. I just really, this video hit home with me because I'm in the business, I'm in the sales aspect of, you know, the automotive world, where he is not. He's more on the mechanical back end side and provides fantastic, great knowledge. But I really wanted to just give my feedback on this topic, and I've already kind of wanted to do some kind of video like this that talks about, you know, Toyota's direction, if they're going EV, hybrid, or whatever the case is, and this was a perfect opportunity. So if you haven't already seen this video from Car Care Nut, I'll leave it linked in the description below. It is still a great video with a lot of great insight, but this is my take. Hope you enjoyed this video topic and review, and I guess reaction to the Car Care Nut, the one and only. We'll see you on the next video. Take care.